This is GIFT's Precision Recovery Program Statement 4. This is Treatment Statement 4 out of 11. Okay, this statement is, the interventions are set up, the treatment interventions are set up in our program for personal success in mind. Personal success is Statement 4. Okay, we want interventions to be used to keep a person from hitting so-called rock bottom. Some traditional treatment programs, or many, say that you should hit rock bottom or you're not going to improve and you're not going to better yourself. You're not going to realize that you have an addiction behavior trap until then. Okay, I say absolutely not, and our program says absolutely not. Okay, we want our clients and their behaviors to be intercepted before they have substantial losses. Rock bottom could mean going to jail or losing your children, your relationships, your business, your home, having health problems. I don't want my clients who I care about to get to those problems. Once you jail, not to be taken lightly. Once you go to jail and you hit that jail floor, you're a second-class citizen for the rest of your life. I don't want my clients to hit that. Because I want them to absolutely not hit that. This is not where to go.
No, I feel like that is so antiquated, number one.
So backdated.
It's so backdated.
So
I mean, it breeds a culture of almost, I don't want to have to deal with you until you're completely devastated. I mean, the reinforcers of that are also limited. So, for example, I have more to work for and more to get clean if I have my family, my house, daily rituals, things that I do. Once I start losing all those things in my life, there's less to work for.
Exactly, and then your chances for addiction behavior traps increase. Your chances of using a lot more increase considerably because you have less to hold on to, less to work for, less to keep. This is a goal-oriented program in GIFTS. We want you to set a goal for success. We don't want you to set a goal for failure and say that's part of your treatment.
Yeah, I mean, and what exactly does rock bottom look like? I mean, it's different for everybody. I mean,
yeah.
My feelings are, there could always be worse. I mean, outside of death. So for some people, they've already lost everything, with that mentality, with society's mentality telling them that they have to hit rock bottom. I don't know where that line ends.
Well, rock bottom could be different for different people, of course. I mean, some people could be loss of children, health problems, loss of a business, loss of a job. It could be very substantial traumatic losses that go long past the loss. You lose your children, that affects their lives too. So I want to intercept the person's addiction behavior problems before they get to rock bottom, before any of these outcomes are there. I don't call this success. I call success you meeting your goals and keeping your children and earning an income and keeping your jobs and having happy relationships. That's what I want my clients to see.
So can I just make a statement
Yes.
that society says that addiction is a disease, but then we also go and say hit rock bottom. Mm-hmm. I don't know what disease we tell somebody to wait till you're almost at your point where you can't take it anymore. That's what society is set up. That doesn't make sense.
If you use that as an analogy, let's take something like type 2 diabetes. Instead of telling somebody that you can change your behavior, which you can to prevent it, you can change your behavior, prevent the symptoms for good, by eating right and exercise. But if I use a traditional addiction treatment model for diabetes, I tell the person, you got to wait until you go blind from diabetic retinopathy, or you have to get a limb amputated. If you do so, okay, then you've hit rock bottom and you realize that you're diabetic and you have to accept it.
That mentality is just...
It's so outdated. It has
antiquated.
to go. It's so early 20th century. It has to end.
Society has to change in the way that we think about addiction and addiction behaviors, because not only are we still calling it a disease, we're also telling people to take that disease to rock bottom. It makes no sense.
Exactly. So we're not going to do that in GIFTS. We don't want you to hit rock bottom. What we have in mind for you on the flip side is success. Is your upside potential. You have some good and you have some chance to make good of what you have regardless of where you are right now. But some of these rock bottom, some of those choices, some of those outcomes make it so it's very difficult to recover, such as going to jail. Once you go to jail, I'm going to say it again, you're a second-class citizen. And then there's a lot of other things that you don't get to do again because you've been to jail. Okay, so I don't want my clients to go to jail. I want to be successful at their work and their relationships.
Or lose family, their marriages, their children, their just interpersonal dynamic. But yeah, I agree. I think rock bottom is completely antiquated, and we'd like to take the terminology out for society.
The terminology of rock bottom, having hit rock bottom as a customary modality in treatment, has to go. And with gifts, it goes, and it goes now.